everybody, y'all. It's Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I am back with another Shake It, Scrap It, Create It. This week's prompts was border, stamping, and square. And I'm also combining this with how to kill a kit with style. So I just wanted to show you guys what I'm starting with before I break it down to do the layout. So this one's the kit I'm going to use this time around. From these papers. So this one's the 4 Seasons Spring. This is a Close to My Heart collection. This is my inspiration that I am using, and this is by Wendy Egon for paper issues. So I'm just going to kind of treat this like a sketch. I love that she used wood grain and the colors, and it just, and the flowers, it just says spring to me. So that is what I am, this is my inspiration. So I have these stickers. Like I told y'all when I showed y'all this, I have several. I bought this twice and used it, and then when my maker was going out, she sold me the rest of hers. So I have a little bits and pieces and scraps. So this one is a yellow stripe and a pink dot, and then a wood grain and little green zigzag lines. And then this one, of course, is my favorite one of the whole collection. And then it has this really pretty spring colored dots on the back. I know it's hard to see. And I think that is actually all the different papers. And then I have some cardstock that matches it. And then I have this tray of embellishments I have sitting out. I went through, I showed you guys some dies and stamps that I wanted to use this month. So I went through, I created some embellishments, I die cut a ton of stuff, and then I just took some of the printable things and I created little embellishments with it. These little rosettes, and they're still pretty flat that I could add them to a page if I wanted to. Look at these little bunnies. Isn't this cute? I used up a bunch of dies that I've had for a while and either never used or just wanted to and haven't had the time. I made some bows. Aren't those pretty? I know it's hard to see them. I did carrots. I have my piece. This is probably going to be what I use for this page. But just as you can see, random stuff, just hearts, just different borders, things like that. And all of these was cut from the Shabby Art Boutique, and then just cardstock that I had that was scraps. I used up scraps, I used up dies, so I'm pretty proud of it. And so I am going to cut this apart, and I will be back. Alright, so I figured it out. I got all my pieces cut. And again, this is my inspiration piece. So I cut out all my squares. So that's going to be my squares for the prompt. And let's see, they are under here. Now I pulled out these photos, and they have purple in them. Heavily. These are of Laney of Easter a couple years ago, Eatin' Peeps, and it didn't have, this collection doesn't have any purple in it, so I did pull some of this glitter purple, light purple that I had to go with it, and I just cut my squares. These are 2.5 by 2.5 squares. So, and then for the border aspect of it, I'm going to use a zip strip, and then I have some of these little border pieces that I'd cut. I think I'm going to use those. I'm going to use my my Peeps embellishment that I cut that was on the video yesterday. If you comment on it, you have a chance to win it this month. I'm using some of my carrots, some of my hearts. All these are things that I die cut out. And then this, I ended up, it's been a long minute since I actually created embellishments for a page, because normally I pull out something I've already made, or I'll pull out swap items that's pre-made, or I'll just pull out pre-made ephemera. But this time I actually took a piece of mixed media paper. This is what I used. And you can buy this at Walmart. And this is like watercolor paper. It holds up, but it has a smooth finish versus the watercolor paper. So all I did was I took metallic and regular watercolor, and I sprayed the whole page down with water first, and then I just added watercolor all over it in the different colors, areas like pink and yellow and green and blue and purple. And then I went through with this Vicky Bouton stamp set. This one's from Print Shop. Happy Day stamps is what it's called. And then I stamped them out. And I'll try to remember to pop up a photo here of what it looked like. But I love how Vicky always says it's just a piece of paper in your time. And literally in an hour, I was able to make all of these embellishments. And I am not going to use them all on this page, but they will go with this kit. So I'm happy with that. I can use them throughout the month. And it was just one stamp set being stamped in black. And then for the centers, I stamped them extra and put them on foam to pop up the centers. So, super easy. Like I said, about an hour, but I don't have the dies for these. I just fussy cut them after I stamped them. And so that was a really easy way to get embellishments to match. Just make them yourself. I'm going to put all these squares down. I will probably fast forward this part, but I have them just random. I cut from all the different pattern papers in the collection that I had, and I'm just randomly going to put them down. I did try to line these out first so I would know how many I needed, and I made a little mark right here where I'm supposed to start. So I am going to do that, and then we'll be back to finish it off. Since I'm going to be adding in like the black lines from the flowers, I thought I would go around and just to add a little something extra to outline my boxes. Okay, so there's my squares all done, and then I did the outline of it. So, super cute, not perfect. I didn't want it to be. If you're a perfection type person, you could totally use a ruler and draw your lines on if you wanted to. I just like that it adds a little something extra. So, pretty much next I am going to put my photos down, figure out where I want them, and I think it's going to be maybe like that. And my borders. I'm going to go ahead and put my border on. So we got stamping, border, and what was the other one? Square. And we did all the squares. So we got all the prompts covered. That makes a pretty border. And then I just wanted to add these because I already had them. And I like them. This was from a die, but it reminds me of my punch that I had. I had a scallop punch that did circles like this, and sadly it broke. So I don't have it anymore, and it was my favorite one. I used it a lot. Probably why it broke. It was old. But so far I haven't been able to find another one like it. It wasn't fancy or anything. It was just simple and basic and did circles. I was thinking I'm gonna do like something like this, but maybe I'll just do it over top of it. Line them up. I think I will. I think I'll just line them up. Let's see, gauge the middle. Can't make it line up. That's okay. I'll do it half and half in the middle. And I still like it. Okay. Excuse me. The pollen has been so bad. It's raining outside right now, but the pollen has been so bad, like I can't hardly breathe. And then just getting over being sick does not help. It's just that time of year in the South. Let's see. I'm going to raise that up some because I don't want to hide her eating the peep, because I put my peeps. And I thought it was cute because she has her little bunny ears on that kind of match the bunny here. I have these carrots and some stuff. Okay, let me glue this part down. And then we can just build around it. I'm super excited to be working with spring and all the pretty colors. This is my jam. Like, I love, 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 love. So, I'm super excited to be working with it this month. Okay. Let's see. I wonder if I could raise this up. I want his feet to be showing at the bottom. But it's just me. I'm sure it's just me. Okay. I'm going to glue this together so the bunny stays on. And I think I'll even glue the peeps to it. When I created this title, I did not have these pictures in mind. And I used this purple. So whenever I pulled this out and was trying to figure out how I was going to work purple in, I thought this is perfect because this has purple that matches her shirt. And then I added this little white purple because she had like a two-tone purple on her shirt. And, you know, that don't always work out to be able to match it up to the pictures, but it's nice whenever it all falls together. When it all falls in place. Just Just going to pop this up on foam because y'all know I like dimension. I'm going to put this here. Okay, so then we have all the little extra stuff. I think I'm going to add some flowers in. Let's see here. Let's see how it goes. I need a little something up here. Maybe another flower. Okay, I like that. Put that down. If you find a spot for something and then you start moving it around or pull it up to glue it, it's never going back the same way. And then it's like, yeah, I don't really like it. It's a little bit off. At least that's what happens with me. Make sure I'm gluing on the other paper because that glitter, the glitter is hard to glue to. So, there's those flowers. Let's see, do I want to add some carrots? I mean, it was Easter when these pictures were took. But I don't know. I kind of like that. I think I'm going to do it. And you know, I die cut these, all these carrots and stuff. I just die cut them out of scraps. So most of them were patterned. Some of them were cardstock. Some of the colors weren't exact. Like this was like a really light yellow. But I cut it out anyways. Different shades of green. You can see it's purple on the back. But I didn't ink these or anything, and yet they turned out super cute. So, let's see. I'm going to pull this up and glue it to the carrot. I want the flower on top. But I didn't ink them or anything, and they still look really great where they're multi-layered, which is really fun. I think I'll put a flower here. And then I have some of these leaves I definitely want to put in to help bring the green in from all the background. This collection doesn't have a whole lot of green in it. Put one there. Let's see, what else? See if I can squeeze one in behind the bunny. There we go. Gives it just that little something it needs. And let's see. We need at least a leaf up here on top with these flowers. And I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but I did use what are they called? The watercolors that are shimmery. The word is escaping me right now. They're not metallic, but I can't remember. Dang it, I can't remember the name of them. But they're really pretty, and so some of the colors may look a little off on the camera because where the light's reflecting on it, it's just like, look. But I promise it's really pretty. Let's see. I did pull out these hearts and stuff. I also pulled some purple hearts just so it would help tie in the purple even more. So I'm just going to put a few of these around. Let's see. Okay, I think that is all I need to do. I think I need to stop because I could keep adding and keep adding. Y'all know. Y'all know when I get started, it's hard to stop. I love this and the way it looks and that it was so simple. Based on this sketch, Wendy Egan by Paper Issues. So mine isn't as busy as hers with all the, she added extra circles and a bunch of little things down here. And I didn't do that, but I still love mine just as much. Should it have had another flower? Probably not. Should I put a little heart down here? Nah, I don't think I will. I think I'll just leave it. I need to stop. So we need to shake for next week's prompts. Look how pretty though. Can y'all see? There it is. See the shimmer in the flowers? And the carrots. That was a really fun dye I'd never even used. I got it last year. So let's shake for next week's prompts. First up, we got embellishments. Scraps. Oh, time to pull out those scraps. And you don't have to use them just on a layout. You could use them to make embellishments for the layout. Just use up scraps. Alright, techniques and tools. Stapler. And shapes, colors, numbers. I don't have one of those fancy staplers, and if you've watched for a while, you know that I do like to take my regular stapler and I'll take a Sharpie and I color all the staples once I have them inside the stapler, and so then I have colored staples. So that's just a FYI and a cheap trick instead of buying all the expensive stuff. Heart. So scraps, stapler, and heart. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you play along, come over on the Facebook group and add your photo. You can be entered to win Happy Mail. We have lots of other challenges going on over there also. Every Monday, a new one post for a scrap lift layout and a card. They alternate weeks. We also randomly have crops and swaps and lots of things. It's really fun, very encouraging. So I hope you'll come over and hang out. It's in the description box below. Make sure you enter the questions. And I think that's it. I hope this inspires you and you try it out. And until next time, bye y'all.